In this video, I'm going to show you how to automatically update that little copyright date in the footer of your website, because it is the absolute worst if someone comes to your website and that date is super old. They just think your business isn't active, or you just kind of don't have your act together and you haven't updated that date at the bottom of your website. So I'm going to show you how to do that automatically in Squarespace. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Shannah and I am a web designer in New York City. So let's get to it. So we're here on one of my demo websites, and I can see down here that Paula has not updated her copyright year in many years. So we are going to put some code in here to make sure that Paula never has an out-of-date copyright again. Now below this video, you'll find a link to my blog post that contains the code we're going to use to put in the footer of your website. So if you scroll down here, you have two options for code. This first option here is if you only want to include one date in your copyright notice. So the very first year that you launch your website, you're only going to want to include one date because your website has only existed for 1 year. But the next year, you likely want to include a range of dates. You don't have to. You can have this always just be the current year. But from what I've read that lawyers say, and I'm not a lawyer, ideally you want this to be a range because you want your website to be covered from all the dates when content was added or created on your website. So that would be from when it was very first created, and then include all the years up until now, because you probably tweak things or change things, and that just makes sure you're covered across the board. So I'm going to use this code here that's going to include a range of dates, and let me show you how that works. I'm going to hop back over here to this website. I'm going to click edit. I'm going to scroll back down to my footer. I'm going to edit my footer, and I'm going to take this block out, which is just a text block. That's why it got out of date. And now I'm going to add a new block, and I'm going to add a markdown block. You can use this block on any plan of Squarespace. I'm going to click the pencil and I'm going to paste this code in. Now you're going to have to make some adjustments to this code. So let me point out what it's doing here. This first section is just styling the text. Now I have aligned my text to the left because I have it on the left-hand side of my screen. You might want to change this to center or right, depending on where you have your copyright positioned in the footer of your website. This is adjusting the size of the font. So I'm using a P3 in my footer. I like it to be a little bit smaller than the rest of the text on my website. You're just going to have to tweak this so that this text looks about the same size as the rest of the text in your footer. Then here I want to put the first year that I'm going to include in my date range, and then leave this space between these dashes. And then this part of the text is grabbing the current year. You don't need to change that at all. Then here you want to update your business name with the name of your business. So we'll type Paula's Pet Care. And then the all rights reserved is optional. If you have a copyright symbol here, this all rights reserved is implied. So you can leave this in or take it out if you'd like to just have a clean copyright with your business name. I'm not a lawyer, but from what I've read, you're still covered and it's fine. So up to you whether you want to include this second sentence. I'm going to click outside the box. I'm going to adjust the alignment here, tighten this up. And I've got this cookie preferences banner at the bottom of my website, and I want to make sure that doesn't cover these words up. I'm going to click save and exit. Let's do a little preview and see how that looks. And we're good. We've got our date range 2022 to 2025, Paula's Pet Care. And this will automatically update when it becomes 2026. And I will always have an up-to-date copyright in the footer of my website. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And good luck on your website adventures.